So here we are, going out for a nice little walk. Now, right now I'm not really in the woods right now. I'm on my access road to the other side of the property. Part of that is because I have not grabbed my hunter orange yet. And at this time of the year, about time for that to come out. I plan on doing a little bit of muzzleloader hunting this year. Might try out some of those new regulations with the types of firearms that now count as a muzzleloader. But the reason I say this is, when I'm talking about living strong and living outdoors, a big push for everything that I believe in and that I do is safety. And I've set up everything so that way I don't forget this next step. Part of living strong and living outdoors is making sure that you are ready, and being ready is more than just being able to know how to live outdoors. It's also being prepared for disaster strikes. Today we are facing a pretty bad storm coming in. Should be hitting here in about 2 to 3 hours. And with that, I wanted to go over a few things. I'm taking my vehicle, putting it in the shop, protect it and stuff like that. But my registration's due on my Highlander. And part of that is I carry some survival gear with me just for, pretty much a 72-hour go type situation where, say I'm going out camping, say I'm going out on the trail and something happens, car's broke down and I can't get out of there, don't have cell service, God forbid, gives me 72 hours to be able to be okay, not worry about anything. Know that at that point, hopefully, wife and family have reached out and someone's on the way to come get me. Another key point there is make sure you always let people know where you're going and how long you expect to be gone so that they can start worrying when they need to. That 24 hours is important. With that being said, I'm going to put the registration sticker on the car and I'm going to show you kind of how I keep my vehicle set up so that way if anything happens, I'm taken care of. I wanted to go over a little bit about some safety. How many of you carry every day, whether it's a micro compact, a compact, full size, things like that? How many of you carry, and then how many of you carry and train for situations? Now, I love throwing lead down the range and just shooting steel targets, shooting paper targets, having fun. But how many of you are actively working on, a seated draw? How many are you working on non-dominant hand draw? How many are working on non-dominant hand shooting? How many are you working on your first aid, on your tourniquet applications, on your surveillance, on your ability to have situational awareness? Because that is what is important. If you are going to carry, you need to practice for real life situation scenarios. You do not need to be practicing for range, perfect stance, being able to shoot and hit your target, being able to hit, a sub MOA target from 30 yards with your micro compact. More power to you if you can do that. But those situations, yes, they help you to have that muscle memory on aim and things like that, but it's not real. You're not going to be in that situation, in that perfect environment whenever shit hits the fan. You need to be ready and you need to be training. So if you're going to carry, be ready, be trained, know what and when to use. And as always, be smart. Don't be an idiot. All right. Let's take a check at the back. Just want to show you some of the things that I use for more of the survival aspect, for the wilderness survival and things like that. To start off with, these are not in the back of my vehicle. These are always in the front. A good pair of leather and work gloves, so impact resistance. Next thing for me, this is not a necessity, but I became a creature of comfort, and so I'm using this for my lighting right now. But it is just a portable battery pack. This portable battery pack comes with a solar panel that I keep open and in the back, and it charges this, trickle charges it pretty much every time my vehicle is out in the sun, which is, again, I'm not getting paid, so I'm not going to tell you who I use. Let's go ahead and uncover. I really like having a cover over things because it just keeps prying eyes from being in here and be able to see things. So first thing, if we're talking about a situation where we need to make sure that we have what we need to, I always think first aid first. This right here has more than you could ever need whenever it comes to first aid. Funny enough, this was my nursing school duffel bag. So everything that I didn't use in nursing school that came with it is in here. So if you need IV kits and everything, I can have IVs for myself for fluids. If I can't keep fluids down, that'll get you first. But I also have other basic first aid in here. And funny enough, I went ahead and kept a couple of my nursing school textbooks. So my basic nursing school textbook and my drug book are in here. You might wonder, why do you have that? Well, because nursing school did not just teach me how to be a nurse. It also teaches you about, injuries that you might see, disease processes that you might see, and things to look out for. I have my go bag. So this bag has everything that I need to survive out in the wilderness. Now this is, this whole front pocket is different types of fire starting. I'm gonna go into some of the easier stuff. I might go over what's all in my go bag eventually, but for now, just know that it has everything I need to be able to hunt, fish, start fires, cook, clean water, water filtration devices of all different kinds. And first aid, I have IFAC kits in here, trauma first aid, all the way down to just regular first aid with some, Neosporin and betadine and things like that. You are lost. Having a whistle or an air horn is great. This little tiny thing, get it from the dollar store. It's like $1.50, and it's loud. Fire making, matches, lighters, ferro kits. This is a full-blown cook stove hanger. I've got some tools in here as well. Always good to have a couple extra tools, pliers, adjustable wrench. And then I carry my fire starter, which this is if I'm going to actually have a fire starter with me, it's this guy right here. So I just simply ferro rod, striker, whistle, and then some type of tinder, which is a wax coated tinder. I start a fire almost immediately with it. You don't ever have to worry about it. Love it to death. Figure out what works best for you. Make sure you know how to utilize your fire starting. Like, oh yeah, it's super cool to be able to start a fire with a stick and some twine and whittling it down and be able to do a friction fire. But do you want to be exerting all of your energy making a friction fire, or do you want to be able to light a match and go? Do you want to be able to use a torch if you're right by your car and go? That's my thing. It's great for the TV shows. It's great for being able to have that understanding, because you don't always have it. But if you can have it, carry it with you. You don't have to show off in survival. Asking why I utilize October as the month that I go through everything. So it's tax season. It is the time that my registration's due. It's my anniversary. All of those things make sure that I do not forget this time of the year. That being said, I take this time to put my registration on and go through my food storage. You always want to keep some sort of food storage in your vehicle, so that way if something happens, you can get food and you can sustain off of it. These are both good till November of 2027. So reason for that, I like to keep fall foods. That way I can replace them whenever need be. I keep an extra fire starter in this bag. I keep my fillet knife. I love this fillet knife. It is a great knife for being able to skin and take care of an animal, as well as use it just to straight up cut. The case has a knife sharpening. I love that it has that. I can sharpen my everyday carry knife on it as well. And that's another thing that you always want to have on you. Have a knife with you, have a flashlight with you, and those things will help you immensely. I'm going to save one part of this for last because I got a little bit of fun with it. I carry rice packs, another quick deal of tuna. Now, I like keeping packs like this. Number one, I eat them pretty often, just to go through it. So this is a salmon pack, but you don't have to have a can opener. Quick rip and eat. So continuing forward with food and food storage, I Not sponsored. I'm not going to show you the front of it because I don't want to say that this is for anyone, but grab you a 72-hour emergency kit. It is a one-person food supply for 72 hours. Dried food storage, 25-year shelf life. Great to have. Add some water, throw it on a fire, and you're good to go. This also has a blanket, some towels, and then, to me, probably one of the most important things to have whenever you're out in the wilderness, some teepee. Creature comfort. Just throw in. This is like a 10-cent spoon. Why not? Now, for the fun part, black beans, protein and fiber. Really, for me personally, black beans and my water, I'm going to survive a long time off of black beans and water. Fishing. Love survival shows. Every time someone does really well, they tend to have some way of fishing. I like to carry a collapsible rod. And this is my new everyday carry. Find it hilarious. I bought it for my son. However, I have tore up some little pond fish and stuff with this little guy. It's good to have a little bit there. I also bring a net. This can be utilized for more than just fish. You can also make trapping out of this, and the netting itself can be utilized as well. I also carry a lot of paracord in my go bag. I recommend always having paracord. As far as shelter goes, I'm very simple whenever it comes to survival. I have, a 65-gallon hiking bag that I carry a 2-person hiking tent in. I have right over there a 14-person hexagon tent, things like that. But if I'm talking survival, I want light, I want quick, and that goes with my 2-man hammock. It's got a bug net on it, which that's all you need. Keep the bugs off of you, get off the ground, somewhere to sleep. I carry a military-style poncho/tarp. It's great for throwing over your entire ruck and keeping everything dry, but also whenever you set up your hammock, just put that over the line and you keep dry overnight. And then the most important part of my pack, in my opinion, whenever it comes to shelter, good old World War II military surplus sleeping bag. You're not going to get cold in that. One has expired October 5th. We're on the 18th, so that's not too bad. But I'm going to change out this can, and cheers. That's that good ASMR. Protein, fiber. With those two things, and this has enough sodium to keep my electrolytes up. Those two things, I'm good to go.